What's up, replayers? Where my people at? We're gonna let the room fill, guys. Today, what a day. What's good, True? What's good? April, how are you? What's up, guys? Thank you for the invitations. Thank you for joining. Today was the day, man. Let me tell you, today was the day. What's up? Got some awesome moves that we took today. We ended up about 120 pips up today. Business as usual. Business as usual. A little bit. You know, today, guys, it was more of the same thing. Same type of pattern, volatility created by the Fed, and then the slide back to reality. Pips are a percentage in points. It is a unit of measurement for the currency markets. So, today was an amazing day. Why? Because we ate the friggin' market, man. FX Prime hit every single turn, every single trade that was available in the market was taken today. I want to show you guys. Alright, start off this morning. This is about 8:45. Prime took a long position. We hit off 50 pips to the upside. Sold out at 13.55. I was thinking to myself, damn, we're going a little bit in the red. Boom! Sells off. Took 40 pips there. We were up 90 pips at this point. We took about 8 pips, 6 pips. Then we took about 15 on the way up. Then we took about 5 pips, and then another 30 pips on the way down. I mean, it was, it was insane. It was insane. I'm speechless, to be honest. Today was a lot of opportunities for cycles. Wasn't much trending except in the morning. If you notice where the volume came in early morning, nice trends, passwords. What's up, philanthropist? Thank you for the follower invite. Now, I want you guys to see the trend and take note. Early morning, when there are a lot of players in the market, once the trend is established, we're seeing a very nice trending move. Okay? However, once we get to this point, which is lunchtime, and this goes to show you how much money Forex traders make when they do it for a living. By lunch, they're home. Did you guys just hear me? By lunchtime, they're home. They made their money from 8 a.m. to lunchtime, and then they went to play golf with their banking buddies. And that's what's up. And that's what's up. That's called fucking leverage. Yes, Eastern time. Correct. And why do we know that happened? Because you can see it in the chart action. Once noontime comes, we have a flattening of prices because everybody's eating lunch. Then they might place one more trade, sell it, and then be gone. And then you see another period where it's flat, and then we come back down. Young OG in the house. So guys, what you're seeing here is awesome price action. And I don't get it, man. These people come in the room, they look at this chart, they obviously don't know what they're looking at, but at least have the balls to ask what you're looking at. And what you're looking at is a fucking money printing machine. Yes, right now there is a very good amount of volatility in the morning. Personal ATM, man. These people come in the room and they're like, oh, I don't know what that is, and then they just leave. Man, if you see something that is, everybody's seen at least a basic chart. Ask a question about it, man. Explore the opportunity. Right. And if you're new to something, just be a sponge. Just be a sponge. You know, it's pretty crazy. Like, I don't understand how some people, they come into the room, and yesterday there was this guy that was just on this rant about, like, you know, about religion. And I was like, dude, I was just about to kick the guy out. Because I don't care about that. All I care about is killing pips, man. And if you want to be focused, yeah, I was about to kick him out. I was definitely about to kick him out because, first of all, I didn't see that comment, guys. There's 2 comments, sorry. First of all, when someone is in the room talking about a subject, you don't want to try to divert that topic. Obviously, I come on here with a purpose. I'm not here to waste my own time, and I'm sure as hell not going to waste your time. Second of all, anytime you're preaching about hate, when you're staring money printing in the face, dude, are you serious? Are you serious? Man, people have to get focused to make money. If you want anything, a better body, a better mindset, a better house, a better car, you got to get focused, man. You got to get focused. And if you're not focused, you don't get it. And that's the bottom line. Because the competition is too fierce. Too fierce the competition is. Nobody's going to give you anything for free. Right now, some people are Netflix and chilling. I trade 24/7. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm trading. Alright? Focus. Focus. You want to see what my Netflix is? You want to see what my Netflix is? That's my fucking Netflix. That's my Netflix. You want to see what my Netflix is? That's my Netflix. Commentary on Bloomberg Gadfly. If you guys aren't familiar with this, Bloomberg Gadfly, check it out. Great commentary on there. Great commentary on there. And you know what the problem is? The problem is, I'm gonna rant, man. The problem is that people think they're gonna wake up tomorrow and the opportunity is still gonna be there. People think they're gonna wake up tomorrow and they're still gonna have the ability to do what they're doing right now. The system is basically an advisory type system. It's not fully automated in terms of the execution of the trades. You cannot not think that opportunity is static. Opportunity is never static, and that's why I love trading the markets, whether it's in Forex, equities, or options, any market, excuse me. It's the ultimate crossover for life. I'll answer that question in a second. It's the ultimate crossover for life because you see how the valuation changes on a minute-by-minute basis. And that is how many variables we have in our life. We just don't see it because people don't put a price on the ability to wake up in the morning. We become complacent in our abilities to perceive what our day is actually worth. And so we just wake up, we go through the motions, we Netflix and chill, when we can be building a fortune. All right, philanthropist, sounds cool. Thank you for hopping in. How much does it cost to trade on Thinkorswim? It depends on what you trade, but you basically just have to open up an account and you get access to their platform. You just download it. So you don't have to, I think you have to have at least, it's at least 5K to be able to trade certain things like futures, right? Because you're going to have the minimum margin on futures. But, you know, depending on what type of account you open, Forex or equity, whether it's a margin account or not, you may be able to get different things done. I missed that comment. I'm so upset that I missed these comments. I wish they'd stay a little bit longer, especially if there's no comments underneath them. They should stay a little bit longer. You know, the reason why I'm taking such a very sharp initiative in bringing this platform, I don't have to show this to anybody. I could just be doing this on my own. I could just sit here and just scalp the market all day. I would be quite bored because I'd have nobody to talk to except for my cats. And, you know, right. How can you learn Forex from me? Just keep hopping on the scopes. Just keep hopping on the scopes. Eventually, if I see that people are wanting what I give in terms of value, then I'll eventually keep levering it up and giving you guys more. But the fact of the matter is that would not help other people in terms of giving value. Yes, Baby Pips is good for basic stuff. Remember I told you guys yesterday, basics are great. Basics are a foundation, but basics are not strategy. Basics are not strategy. So you're not going to learn anything on the free sites in terms of developing a strategy that will make you money. The players that are in the market right now are extremely intelligent and well beyond that. Sounds great, April. So right now we've hit a support level, 1320 in the Euro USD. Most people are taking short positions right now. I think we're going to get a little small pop upward. However, we have a little bit of a head and shoulders type formation developing. A lot of chartists are going to want to go short if we break through this level. And that's where a lot of volume is going to be. So tomorrow morning, we may have a very large chance of having a very big dip overnight, especially when Asia markets open around 2 a.m. Eastern time. There might be some big Asian players that short the market hard. However, I would not take a position right now because I believe that there's still a little strength at this level. There's a few buy orders. Those need to get exhausted. And then on the next turn downward, that would be where we're going to take. Do I have a blog or something? Right now, just Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. You can catch me on all three of those with the name Fit Businessman. So what made the difference in your Forex education? Where can a serious guy get started? What made the difference was basically I put a lot of time in where there was no reward and lots of losses. Okay? I will tell you guys my story. And I'll tell it formally later on, but I'll give you a quick jab at it right now, everybody who's in the room. So basically, I've been a personal trainer for 18 years. And when I graduated college, I wanted something. Yes, this is self-taught, mostly self-taught. I'll give you my quick story. I wanted to learn. I've always had an interest in money. I've always had an interest in finance, and I actually got the chance to get the opportunity to trade when Facebook came out with this app called Kaching. So Kaching was basically an application when Facebook apps were really hot. I mean, they just came onto the Facebook platform. This was about 8 years ago. And, you know, there was something like 250,000 members of this app, right? So 250,000 members worldwide that were using Kaching to trade on the app. So at that time, I was already studying. I was already reading the basic stuff, the Baby Pips type stuff. I had already been reading that for, a couple years on my own time. I've always been into fitness, but fitness, when you're a trainer, you have a lot of downtime. So in between my clients, I would be studying something about finance, no matter what it was. So in that downtime, I was like, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of this. I'm going to try out this app. There was no real money involved. So it was just an application where you could trade real time. And basically, long story short, within a 6-month period of using the app, I was ranked number 2 in the world out of those 250,000 people on the app. So And the guy that was ranked #1 in the world was my mentor. We basically made friends because we were the only ones that were really, like the top 5 guys on the app, we all knew each other. And we never met each other face to face, but we knew each other online because we would just basically chat through Skype and give each other trade ideas and so forth. So long story short, that basically gave me the fuel to study even more, because I was like, you know what, I can probably do this like for real. So the first thing that a serious person must have is you've got to have skill, obviously. You've got to have desire, okay? You've got to have relentless desire. You got to realize that you're in a market where there are a lot of very intelligent players. Most of the people that are in finance right now are mathematicians, okay? So if you were not in the top 3 of your class in math, you're probably not going to have a shot without putting in like 8 to 10 years to kind of learn exactly what the mistakes are to avoid, because mistakes will wipe you out. You can wipe your entire account out very quickly. As a matter of fact, most Forex traders, 95% of all Forex traders will lose their entire account within 1 year. 95%. So why those odds? Because people don't realize that it's basically like you trying to play Ronaldo, you know, or someone that's on that level, okay, Messi, and you never played soccer before. You know what I mean? Like, the difference is that when you play against someone in sports, you can see their physique. You see if they're strong. You see if they're skillful. You can't see that in the markets, but it's there. It's there. The difference in skill level is still there. And so basically, after that point of taking #2 in the world, what happened was Kaching, they literally closed it down overnight. And of course, all of us other guys, we were pissed. We were really pissed. And the reason we were pissed is because Kaching said in the application that the top like 10 or so people would have a shot at becoming money managers on the app. Because they did say they were moving the app from Facebook onto a web platform, and they said the top 10 people were basically going to have a shot at managing money through the application. So, of course, it fueled the competition. And, of course, me and my mentor were sitting at 1 and 2, and we thought to ourselves, well, obviously, we're going to be the first people they ask to actually manage money, right? And so at that point, I was putting a lot of time into it. Literally, in between my clients, I was always trading, and I was trading at night and everything. The crazy thing is that when they shut down the application, they just shut it down completely. Okay? They shut it down completely. One day we woke up and the app was no longer there on Facebook. It wasn't working. And so I emailed the guys that own the app and I said, hey, look, what happened to the app? Are you guys did you guys already move it to the web? I can't find you on any site or anything. And they said, well, basically, we think that you guys are managing money in a way that's not fair to the people that are doing fundamental analysis. Can you believe that? They said that basically because we were trading and not taking positions based on fundamental analysis, that we were cheating. And I said, are you serious? And basically the top 10 people were all traders. So all the top 10 spots were traders. And I think my cumulative return was like 240 something percent. And the guy that was ahead of me was like 260 something percent. And then from there, like all the top 10 guys were like over 100%. And then all the fundamental guys were like between, even the good guys were like 30, 40, 50%. So they thought we were cheating. And I'm like, dude, you own the app. How would we cheat? You would see like exactly what we were doing. So the guy, he tried to say that we were cheating. He tried to say that we couldn't manage the money because we were using short-term analysis and short-term strategies when we were supposed to be using fundamental. And I said, why does that matter? We're entering and we're exiting trades. And hey, listen, what's up? We're entering and exit trades. It shouldn't matter what our analytics are
and how we're valuing to get into those positions. Everybody else has their own secret sauce. Everybody else is doing their own analysis. It shouldn't matter what style of our investment is. We've got the best returns. And so it was just crazy. They tried to say that basically because of that, we couldn't manage money. And so I invested a lot of time into that app. Literally for like 6 months straight, I was on that app like 10 hours a day. And then they just took it out of nowhere. They shut it down. So of course that made me even more upset, more angry. It just fueled my desire to learn more, because I was like, well, I'm just going to take these guys' money. You know, I'm going to find a way to beat them. And if they're in the market and I'm winning, then some way I'm taking their money. No, at that time it was not. But the trades were based upon real-time market trades. So it was basically like trading an account that would be through a broker. But the thing that was different is that they had a lot of like pie charts, and you could see how your portfolio was measuring. It was basically a paper account, yes. But they had an analytics suite that was like more than most brokers had. And because of that, you could see like, you know, you could do portfolio rotation, and you could see what percentage of your portfolio was where, so to speak. And so I really enjoyed that analytic component, because it was kind of like having a Bloomberg terminal mixed with a paper, you know, trading account. So it was really cool. It was very informative, and it was a great service. But they basically, all the top people, like even the top 100 people on that app were like really good, and they just like screwed everyone. Like literally like that. They just took everything down, no warning, no nothing. And I'll never forget, like when I emailed the guy, and I was going back and forth through several emails, and he started getting like really nasty, and I'm like, I think it's really unfair that you would just take it down and not tell anybody. Like, why would you do that? Because obviously we could be promoters of your app. And he basically said, well, too bad. And it was in a very nasty way that he said it. I did not like it. We exchanged a lot of words, and and you know, the guy basically went on, and they changed the name from Kaching to Wealthfront. So basically, Wealthfront still exists, but I don't know how well they're doing. I don't think they're doing well, because they basically fired their top like 25 people like overnight. We were all managing, you know, the accounts the same exact way that we would have been managing with real money. And you know, there was no currency trading. It was all equities. It was all equity-based strategy. And so basically, most of us were running long-short strategy. And that was that. But what I ended up doing was, I was like, I'm going to carry this into the real world. I ended up getting a nice internship at a fund of funds, which is basically it's an LLC-based organization that basically divvies money to hedge funds. Yeah, they could have used us for, you know, some type of marketing. Why they didn't, I'm unsure of, but I actually know exactly why they didn't. And it's because they're like so haughty in terms of what they thought about their app, that they didn't need anybody that was using it, which of course, without users, they wanted to go like the institutional route, and they thought it was going to be easy to get institutional money, blah, blah, blah. And so I guess, I don't know, I'm sure they have some money under management, but they're so stuck up that all it did was fuel my desire to actually beat them. So I would say that's another component. You have to have a desire to win that is not easy to replicate. Will you start a fund? Yes, eventually I will start a fund of some type. Probably multiple funds. I've already started that process, actually. So, but the thing is that you want to make a name for yourself, and in order to do that, you really have to pound the pavement like crazy. You have to be so in people's faces with, you know, either coming from a great background, meaning bulge bracket type bank, or you have to win a lot of contests. So I'm kind of in between those areas right now. But when you develop an application And I would say that's the next component, is developing something that no one else has, something that's proprietary. You have to have an edge. So that's at least 3 things, okay? You have to have the skill, all right? You have to have a desire that cannot be replicated, and then you have to have the edge, okay? So skill, desire that cannot be replicated, and then you have to have an edge. Now, if you don't have any of those 3, if you don't have all those 3, I would say you're going to struggle. So they do have contests, but last I heard, like, I don't know if you guys heard, like CNBC used to have this stock trading contest, and it turned out that the people were cheating on it. Like, they would submit trades that weren't allowed, and they knew someone at CNBC that would still allow it, type deal. So I think they stopped that, but they used to do it like every year. But the thing is that it was buy and hold. Like, you couldn't day trade, you couldn't intraday trade. So it was kind of like having a mutual fund. So that there aren't many competitions for like pure traders, because the competition is literally real life, you know. So thank you for the hearts, guys. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the invites. So look, this is how we're gonna play this move tonight. Tonight, it's looking like we've got a head and shoulders setting up. It's looking really weak. I use Thinkorswim. So it's looking really weak. But here's the deal. If you notice, we were traced off of this level right here. We've got a lot of price action here. So right now, there's a lot of buy orders that most of the traders have around this 13.15 to 13.25 level. Oh, Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade. So around this level, we've got a lot of support, and there's going to be a lot of buy orders hovering here. However, what we notice is we're going to move counter. The trend is now counter to what happened after the Fed speaking, right? This has been the trend for quite a while. All right, every time the Fed speaks, we get a nice run up, then we get a slow run down. A nice run up, then a nice run down. So basically what we're going to wait for is over the next, I would say, right now it's 10.19. I'm willing to bet at some point this is going to start turning a little bit higher. And then early morning, we're probably going to get a sell-off. So what I would say is, if you're interested in trading the position, let's try and wake up early tomorrow morning, at least 6 a.m., and try and really get after seeing where this price level is in the morning. At this point, I'm not going to take this short, because I know that there's a ton of buy orders here. You see all this price action in this area? There's going to be a lot of buy orders. Tons of buy orders. And it doesn't matter what chart you're using. If you go back to daily, same thing. Tons of buy orders at this 13.15 to 13.20 level, or 13.15 to 13.25. And you can't fight that. You have to let those buy orders get exhausted before it rolls over and through. The good news is that once we get through this area here, it should accelerate downward. Why do, like, you're asking for their social security number? Oh, because, you know, they probably just don't like to say, like, who they're using. Maybe they're getting a commission of some type through a broker, and then they, you know, most people will use several brokers, though. I mean, Interactive Brokers, TD Ameritrade, I mean, but the fact of the matter is that the platform is where the power is. You know, all these brokers, it doesn't really matter who you use as long as you're getting the trade executed. You know, you're going to get B-booked at some point. And, you know, I'll explain what that is on another scope. That'll take like an entire scope. But the fact of the matter is that if you're a winning trader, you're a winning trader. You know, there's not going to be too much of a spread. The spread in currency markets is like, you know, 1 to 2 cents. So April, you won't be able to do that because basically this is a proprietary algorithm
that I'm running on the Thinkorswim platform, so nobody else has this algorithm. You might be able to change the colors, but it won't match what this algorithm is doing. The way you explain it makes it easy to understand. Awesome. Awesome. Glad I can explain it and be a good teacher. It was a lot of time to learn for myself, and so breaking it down for myself was necessary, so hopefully I can relay it to you in the same way that I learned it, because this stuff does take a lot of concentration and a lot of focus. But anyways, guys, that's what the plays were for this week. I mean, for today. It was just awesome. We caught every play. I'm very happy with how the system is performing. You know, the beta is basically, you know, it's finished. Showside, what's up? Beta's finished, and at this point, I'm going to determine exactly how I can fine-tune it, because, you know, I want to get every single pip out of these moves. Thank you, April. Appreciate it. I want to get every single pip out of these moves. I'm not happy with a 25 pip move when it could be a 30 pip move. You know what I mean? Because all those pips add up. And that's not being greedy. That's trying to be precise. And there's a difference. And let me just say something about mentality when it comes to trading. When it comes to trading, there's a difference between greed and focus. And the difference is that focus is not emotional and greed is emotional. So if you are trying to take every pip, but it's not coming from an emotional source, it's just coming from a mathematical source, and that's your competitive nature, that you're just trying to get every last ounce out of the strategy because it's important to you, but it's not necessarily emotion, like, oh my god, if I don't get this pip, then, you know, there's going to be some type of emotional play in your mind that's going to defeat you for the next trade. The best strategy for trading is one that is completely void of emotion. Completely void. So all these trades, when they, you know, if something goes against me 5 pips, I don't even look at it differently than if it was going for me in 5 pips. If that makes sense to you guys. Because I'm relying on the system. I'm relying on the system. Alright? Alright, guys. So you guys have a great night. I'm going to be on tomorrow. I appreciate all of the invitations. They're very important to me. Joy considered emotion? Absolutely. Now you can enjoy trading, but you should have no elation when you trade, because the second you get, it's like punching someone in a fight and then putting your hands up, turning around and you know, celebrating. Talk to you later, April. And then the guy gets up and knocks you out. And that's what the market is. The market does not lay down. The market is relentless. Worst loss, oof. Quite a few years back. Before you learn money management, you will take losses, let me tell you. Yeah, that's basically the analogy. You ever see a fighter celebrate a little too early? That's basically trading right there. Never celebrate. You can celebrate when, you know, you're away from the screen. Don't develop a habit of celebrating when you're looking at a screen, because it's only going to ruin the mindset of you preparing for the next trade. So while you're in front of the screen, you are essentially in the octagon. That is Clovieras, what's up? Alright, so guys, that's how we're playing this trade. Let's wake up early tomorrow morning and be prepared for a scope early in the AM. Alright? You all have a great night. And enjoy the pips. Enjoy the pips. Keep killing the pips. Reach out to me, guys. The MMA analogies. I know, right? Reach out to me on social, guys. After the money. Yeah, even then I don't celebrate. Maybe a little bit of happiness, but no big celebrations, because it's too... Your game is never over. Your game is never really over. Tomorrow is another day. There's always another trade. 1 hour from now, there'll be another trade. You know, one hour or 2 hours from now, there'll be 2 trades. And so if you're celebrating, then you're not trading. So I don't know. That's the way I see it. It's not until you walk away from your computer that you can kind of be like, okay, now we're good. Now we can take a different state. We get into a different state. But the state that you should be in when you're trading is just void of emotion, complete void of emotion. All right, guys, so reach out to me, please, on social network. Let me just focus this. There we go. Hashtag FX Prime, hashtag PipKillers. That's how you can reach out to me on all the social networks. And I will catch you guys tomorrow morning, early in the a.m. Eastern Time, so about 6 a.m. Eastern Time. You guys enjoy the night, have a wonderful night, and stay focused. If you guys are going to study, put some time in, a little bit every single day. All right? And then with the strategy, you can rely on me for the strategy. All right, guys? Have a great night.